Hello, my name is Blake and this is Jimena, and we are doing Change for a Cause. A student and fellow basketball team affiliate was recently involved in a house fire in which she lost everything from her house and her clothes to her beloved family pet. This led Jimena and I to take a community service approach in order to help her. So the first thing we'll touch on is identify concerns relationship to the national program. Concerns that led us to take a community service approach to this to help the family were 1, they lost their house and everything they had, 2, they had no means of transportation, 3, insurance does not cover everything, and 4, they were just close to us and we wanted to help them out in their time of need. In order to manage this fundraiser, we use critical thinking in order to hold a fundraiser amidst the pandemic and communication to enhance our donations via word and advertisement. Furthermore, we utilized the FCCLA community service units of Learn, Lead, and Serve. We learned about the situation and how we could help, led the community and school in a donation war, and served as advocates for the family from managing and negotiating deals to counting the donations that we had received. The next thing that we will touch on is identify concerns relationship to the national program. The FCCLA Community Service Project aims to assist students in planning, carrying out, and evaluating projects on the way to increasing a community's quality of life and making a better world. On the way, students develop critical thinking, character development, communication, and practical knowledge. Jimena will get you going on Set a Goal.
Our goal was to raise $250 to match the gift certificate given to us by Black River Falls Furniture. That would bring our total to $500. Our time frame was a week before and including FCCLA week. Our goal was to raise money for the Hazley family after their tragedy. Our project was related to national programs and community service because we as a community wanted to help this family. We both had leadership roles in this project. We both contacted and drove to Black River Falls Furniture Outlet to receive a $250 gift certificate. During the time, we had to make a call to Black River Falls Furniture to see if we could receive this gift certificate. I was terrified that we would get a no. However, the daughter of the store owner was a previous FCCLA state officer. And she was proud to enlighten us how much FCCLA had done so much for her daughter. This made us cherish being part of such a tight-knit community.
To illustrate how much we actually raised for the Change War, we raised a total of $182.63, with the staff being the overall leader of the school and the freshmen being the leader of the grades. The freshmen were to win a treat at the end of the week, which was brownies and juice boxes.
For the logistics and timeline part of our project, we realized that it would take a lot of willpower for our emotions not to get in the way of the project. Ava Hazley was a member of the boys basketball team as a manager. I was also a manager and Blake was a player. We considered her like family. Since FCCLA chapter has done pennies for patients in years prior, we had already had sources to hold a donation war. We put the boxes together and we made flyers and posters to advocate our project. The major barrier was COVID. Due to COVID, we were not able to attend school full days a week. So we only attended 2 days a week, making it harder for us to get our project out to every student in this school. Another barrier was COVID limited the amount of fans that were able to attend basketball games. And another major barrier was that there were also other donations being held for the family, which would cause them to donate there instead of our project. Our timeline included, on January 22nd, Ava Hazley was notified that her house was on fire. The fire resulted in her house being a complete loss. The next day, on the 23rd, Blake and I decided that we were going to help the family. On the 28th of January, we called Black River Falls Furniture Outlet to see if we could receive a $250 gift certificate. Later that day, we also bought supplies to make posters at the games. On February 4th, we put out our poster to advertise our project and we received $50 in donations. February 8th through the 18th, we had our money war. On the February 19th, we concluded our war and we raised a total of $334.53. To highlight the resources and partnerships we utilized in our project, we mentioned Black River Falls Furniture Outlet. The business greatly increased our profit, and we strongly appreciate it. We know the family does too. We also involve local and visiting communities to help donate via boxes at the basketball games.
The next point we will include is the follow-up, publicity, and recognition part of the project. We constructed a school-wide announcement illustrating our plan to have a donation box at a basketball game, as well as the start and end dates for the change war. For further publicizing, we created posters, flyers, and we handed out boxes to classes so that they can donate. For recognition, we were included in the local newspaper, the Banner Journal, as well as on the school FCCLA page, the general school Facebook page, and the school newsletter. Finally, we recognized the participants by announcing leaders on the daily and providing the winning class with a treat, which were the freshmen. Next, we'll get to the follow-up evaluation part. So to evaluate, our goal was to raise $250 to match the funds that we had received from the Black River Falls Furniture Outlet in the form of a gift certificate. We were successful because we raised a total of $334.53, which would bring our total amount of donations to $584.53. We evaluated this by putting the money, the dollar bills, and the coins into their respective collectors. We do believe that we could have done one thing at least better, and that is to publicize on more platforms. On the night of the game, we received a $100 anonymous donation in the office, and even though on our poster we had that we were taking donations in the office, we believe that if we put this on like a Facebook or any other kind of like different platform, we probably would have increased our donations. For the knowledge of subject material, the FCCLA chapter here at Lincoln has done Pennies for Patients in the past, a few times actually. And so that means we had the resources, i.e. the boxes, and the people that know kind of how to run these things. So it was just really nice to have those people to talk to and have those resources already set up for us. And the last thing that we'll touch on is the relationship to family and consumer sciences coursework. So this project relates to FCS coursework in ways such as finance management, time management, and resource management. Our school requires a personal family finance class in which you need to graduate. In this class, you learn about insurance, and insurance relates to our project because one of the household members of the fire did not have renter's insurance, meaning that not everything in that house can be covered. We learned this in PFF, and that only enhanced the will that we needed to do this project. In that class also, we learned how to manage and track finances. So this would help us advertise what would be the best ways to manage, as well as keeping logs of those donations that we received and where we received them from. For time management and resource management, we learned this in foods class. In foods class, you have to divide and conquer to get your job done on time and to get everything completed. So we had to concoct a plan, decide who would do what, and get it done. For resource management, we decided on what we had on hand and what we would need to purchase. For example, we had the boxes on hand from the years prior in which we did Pennies for Patients, but we would need markers and poster board in order to make the posters to advertise at the games. So that was Change for a Cause. Thank you for listening, and now we'll address your questions.
One of the questions was, what barriers did we face doing our project? One of the major barriers was definitely COVID, limiting the amount of fans that could attend the basketball games. We realized that if we could have had more fans, we could have had more donations. Not going to school every day was a major setback because we couldn't get our project out to everyone in the school, to every student. Lastly, the donations that other places were holding were also a hard barrier because they could have donated there instead of our project.
The second question was, what skill did we learn this year that we could take into next year, either in further schooling or life in general? So Amanda and I have always been like shy individuals. We don't always like to make those calls and talk to those people that we need to in order to make our project better. But along this project, we had to talk to numerous people, from the owner of the Black River Falls Furniture Outlet, in which Amanda called to negotiate the gift certificate, to the athletic director and the principal to allow us to have that donation, and just teachers along the way to, track the amount of money we've made and take it into our donations every day, and just to be able to organize how much money was raised, who the leaders are, and then to give them their prize. That concludes Change for a Cause. Thank you for your time, and have a great day.